Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Underrail. And on this episode, we are going to continue where we left off. Now, we're exploring the town core city, and before we get too much into this, I do want to apologize for missing last week's episodes. A couple things happened with my channel that I don't really want to get into again on this episode, but thankfully we are back to our normal schedule, and hopefully you guys aren't, too bummed out about missing all that. So what do we got here? We got his 8.6 millimeter W2C rounds. We actually got 2 of those. Don't ever really use any of this special ammo because I'm using, like a wizard, almost, sorceress kind of thing. It's all mental powers is what I'm using. So at some point when we go back and do another Let's Play of this game when it's completely finished, I'm going to concentrate a little bit more on trying out some of these weapons and the different ammos that you get. So what do we got? Biocore Technology Catalog Fragment. It's an oddity. Couple of torn pages and illustrations from a technology catalog of an old Biocore. This was obviously not meant to be a blueprint of their technology, but rather a commercial showcase. And you can pick this item up to study at 50, to get 50 points of experience up to 12 times. And this will be the second time we found that item. So we are getting a few new oddities over here. So that's always worth coming over here. Maybe too high for us at the moment as far as difficulty goes, and I think I will go back and try getting the battery factory, but for now I think we're just going to look around and see what this place has to offer, because we're already here, and until I get to a certain point where I can actually... Ooh, crap. Ooh, no. This may, Oh, crap, I didn't know there was gangsters in here. This may not pose very... Oh, no, he feared us. Okay, now the fear's gone. Oh, crap. Oh my god, this is pretty nasty, guys. Let's see, what if I use my fire? That should at least hit everybody in here, maybe? I don't know if I should use the fire. If I use the fire, it fears everybody who's there. I actually think there's 3 guys there, I just can't see the other ones. Or I could use the electricity, which stuns... I think I'm going to use the electricity, because it stuns these guys, and it bounces. So let's try this. Okay, so he's already, a little bit more than 1/3 dead. We can, what do we want to do? We can punch somebody. Yeah, let's see, can we punch this guy? Okay, so he's punched and he's stunned. I can go ahead and, you know what, I will use my premonition. I'll get another charge, and then I will stun this guy over here as well, just so that he doesn't, actually... That didn't do too much damage to him. I don't know if there's something to that. If he's just really, really strong or what. Let me see, do I have enough to use a health potion? I don't think I probably do, but it's worth checking out. Let's see, where are my health potions? Health hypo? Nope, I don't have enough to use that. Dang it. Let's see, well, if they're all stunned, I don't mind staying right here where I'm at. So I'll go ahead and do that. I will get a little bit extra life because they are going to hit me here pretty hard, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to survive it. Now let's see, I could frighten somebody. I think that's going to be the best bet. This guy's almost dead. That guy, let's go ahead and stun this guy, even though he is a melee guy and he's going to have to get past this guy to hurt me. Maybe that's not the best bet. Yeah, let's fear this guy. And then we will go ahead and use our neural overload on this guy, the gangster. Oh man, that almost killed him. Oh my god, let's see how well we do. It's okay, so the little guy with the gun is running. Ooh, a doppelganger. What does that mean? Does that mean when I attack this guy over here, my attack will automatically go over here to this guy? Because it's not really fooling me, like I know that's fake. Okay, so he got healed up. And we still got that guy. Okay, I guess we're just gonna have to attack this guy. Let's see. Okay, so it didn't bounce to the doppelganger. I don't know if the spells know better or not, but that seems like if it was gonna actually do something for him other than look pretty cool. I guess maybe if you're not paying attention and the name didn't give it away, you might actually waste something on that guy. I don't know what that's supposed to do, actually. And we got another guy here. Let's go ahead and kill this guy. Oh man, we didn't get it. If we had gotten a critical hit, we definitely would have killed him. Holy crap! Oh, so that's what that does. Oh man, he hit me for 45 apiece 3 times. Oh, that's pretty nasty. And now he's gone. I don't even see him there. Oh, this is not going to be good. I'm going to have to heal myself after this. Okay, so he's dead at least. Let's go ahead and heal ourselves one more time. I don't have a large health hypo, unfortunately. I guess that's going to be it for my turn. Unless I can attack him with my dagger? Yeah, I can attack him, but I missed him. Oh, that sucks. That sucks so bad. I'm going to have to use a psi regen. What do you call those? The psi boosters here pretty soon. Because I don't think I'm going to be able to keep up with the power usage that I need and the health at the same time. Because it takes a turn in between. And they're doing quite a bit of health to me. Or a lot of damage to my health, I should say. So I should be able to stun this guy again. It's been a while. Okay, so he's stunned. Let's see. Can I kill him? Probably not unless I get a critical hit. I might be able to get him even without a critical hit. Let's see. Nope. Oh, man, he's so close to being dead. Well, he's going to die on the next one for sure. So let's see. Do I have enough to use a psi booster? I do not. Okay, well, let's go ahead and end it. I'll definitely have to use a health hypo after this. Come on, is my turn? Sure is. Okay. Let's go ahead. I wonder if when you kill this guy, I really do, if you kill this guy, if his little doppelganger will disappear. Because if it doesn't, that's going to be a pretty long fight to have to do that. Now, I could use Premonition again, but I don't have the power. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use the booster just in case. Go ahead and use my Premonition, and then I can go ahead and attack. And let's see if it bounces. No, it doesn't bounce, so I guess it will not go after the doppelganger, or he's just too far away, but it doesn't look like he is, in my opinion. So I'm guessing it just doesn't bounce at all. Oh, man, that just hurts so much. And there's that guy I feared earlier. Holy crap, negative 60? Oh, wow, these guys hit really hard. I may have to upgrade my equipment here pretty soon. Oof. Come on. Stop it already. And I still can't use that one. Oh, great. Okay, so you're almost dead. I need to stun you for sure. Okay, so you're stunned at least. Oh, and I don't have enough to kill this guy off. That was probably not a good move, because now I'm dead. I'm dead for sure. There's no way I'm going to survive the doppelganger. Actually, the doppelganger is gone. Oh, crap. Oh, my God. That was so close. Okay, I'm going to heal, and then this guy's going to die. Let's go ahead and use our Neuro Overload, because I think that's going to be the safest bet to kill him off for sure. No, it didn't kill him. Well, at least it doesn't use a lot of power, so I do get to use it again. This guy's tough. He has some pretty good equipment on, whatever it is. And this guy is still, you know what? Can we move? No. He's going to come over here and hit us in a second. Ah, he healed himself. There he goes. As long as he doesn't get a critical hit, I think we should be okay. Oh my God, how many turns is he going to get? Ah, I still can't use that. Dang it. I still can't fear one more turn. You know, the only thing I can really do to kill him, or to get a chance at fearing him, I should say, would be my fire spell, and I'm going to try that. Oh, crap, I don't have enough now to do it because I moved. You guys suck so bad. Okay, let's try this. Immune. Okay, well, we're going to move to the side. Hopefully he does not get a... Oh, my God, no! Leave me alone! Holy crap! What are the odds? That is luck right there. Okay, so you're still quite a lot of life. So I'm going to go ahead and fear you. Hopefully it takes. It did. And I think now we're safe. I think now I can recuperate. Man, I went through so many health hypos on this fight. These guys are tough. That's another reason maybe I shouldn't be here, is getting in these random fights. I can probably do it, but I'm going to go through so much of my resources to do it. Oh, crap, 101. That's nice. To kill these guys off, it may not be worth it in the end if I just wait a little while. Plus, you got to keep in mind that eventually you're going to go to the lower level place anyways if you do want to get everything, and it's going to be so easy, it's probably not going to be that enjoyable for you. So, tungsten steel combat knife, 10 to 17 mechanical damage. It's about average. A biotechnical suit, armor suit. This suit offers a moderate biohazard protection. Bio 35 over 10. I wonder what that means. Maybe we'll find some place that's poison and we can use that? We got 13 coins, a bandage, and 2 more psi boosters. So we made back what we used as far as psi boosters go. Now we just need to find like 5 hypo sprays to make back that. HE grenade Mark II. It's a good thing he didn't use those. Frag grenade Mark II. We got a 5mm Hawker. Reinforced pig leather boots. That's not too bad. Mechanical 7, energy 4, constitution increased by 1, and stealth increased by 5. Let's see. Rat hound leather overcoat, 19 mechanical, 23 heat, 8% to cold. Armor penalty is only 15, so that's not too bad. Most of the armor I see nowadays is at least 20. But the persuasion is decreased by 3, stealth decreased by 34, and immune to burning, which is kind of a nice thing to have. 5mm casings, 2 of those, and then of course we have 25 rounds of 5mm themselves, and 3 coins. So we're going to take all of that. Let's see, Lunatic Chiller's Corpse. He had a tungsten steel combat knife, 10 to 17, same as the other guy. Rat hound leather armor, 20 mechanical, 8 to cold, only 10% to armor penalty. Anticoagulant, you got 4 coins and another psi booster. So plenty of psi boosters. Not too many health hypos. Haven't actually seen any of those yet. Flashbangs are pretty cool. They incapacitate you for 2 turns. Not cool to be used on. Cool to use on other players or other enemies that you're fighting. 5mm Hawker XM, 13 damage to 22. I guess that's okay. It's not one of the best ones, but it's a little bit more money. And then we got this overcoat, which is 21 mechanical, 39 to heat, 36 to electrical. And electrical is what the enemy was hitting me with, that doppelganger. So this would actually come in pretty nicely. Mechanical threshold increased by 200% against bullets, so that's good. The armor penalty, by the way, is 20%, so that kind of sucks. And then, of course, your stealth is decreased by 56. That's massive. And immune to burning, so I might actually wear that. Let's see, 5mm casings, 5mm, 30 rounds of those. Cardboard container, which you can use to make into TNT charges. 12.7mm W2C rounds, and 9 coins. So not a bad haul there. I mean, it's pretty good stuff. Let's see, anything else? No, that's everybody. So let's come in here. I want to see that armor. 42. What am I wearing right now? 27, 36, 17. 27, 36, 17. That's not even the right one, is it? 27, 36, 17. So I lose out on the heat, but I gain electrical. No, actually the heat's still there. I lose out on the cold, but I'm not using cold anyways. The only difference is the 15% armor penalty goes to 30, or 20 I should say, and I lose out on a little bit mechanical resistance, actually 6%, so I don't know. I think we're going to try it because we were getting hit with electrical there. And it's pretty low on life. It needs to be repaired. Let's see. What is this? It repairs mechanical, and I need fabric. So I'll have to make something to use that. What I can do is I can actually make leather armor out of these rat hound leather skins and then disassemble it, recycle it, and then I can make the rags that I get out of that into repair kits for my clothing. So it's kind of a roundabout way of using some of your resources that you probably won't make very much money on to save a little bit of money as well. So we'll get the cardboard container and the cocktail. Those are always interesting to use. They can light them on fire. So if you're immune to fire, that's even better for you. Let's go ahead and check this out. Fabric scraps 5, so I'll need even less. I think you only need 20 of those. And while I'm here, let's see, what is my life at? Above 40? It is not. My thing is never above 40. I'm never that lucky. And I guess we can go ahead and use a bandage while we're at it, just to get us up all the way. Because I am not near an area, at least that I know of. I mean, I think you can go up to the 2nd floor and heal up there, but we haven't been there yet. So I don't know when's the closest place, or when's the next time we're going to be able to heal up. And if we get into a fight, you just never know what's going to happen. Blueprint is goggles, contains instructions on how to create a pair of goggles. Download the blueprint to your wrist pad. And I haven't discovered this one yet, so we'll take that and we'll definitely make it right. Or we're not going to make it, but we'll put it on. So it's one of our things. We'll go to crafting real quick. Leather armor. Let's see. We're going to put some leather armor in there. We're going to create that. Let's go ahead and create a little bit more. And then we will go to recycle. Recycle item. No, we want to actually pick the item. Otherwise, we'll be here all day cycling through all of them. So let's go through the junk ones that we're never going to use. I think you only get like 15 or 20 coins for that, or SGS credits, I should say. So we'll get fabric scraps 31 out of that. So we'll do one more. That will lower our weight as well. And then we'll come over here to repair kit. click on it. No, we don't want electric. We want fabric. And see, now we have 74 of them. So we'll create, and create. And that gives us 3 kits right here. And then, as I said before, you can just kind of come in here and use them at your leisure and try to make sure that all your armor that gets damaged is repaired rather quickly. In the beginning stages, getting those rat hound leather pelts is pretty much your only way of making money, so you really don't want to do this technique. But for us right now, we have plenty of it. Like, we're not really running short on money. Running short on things to buy, yes, but the money now. Let's see, 12.7mm casings, 5 of those, so we'll take that. Let's check the boxes. Nope, nothing's over there. New to Core City? Well, yes, I am. You got something to tell? I can afford... No, you can only afford to visit the arena once a week. I need more Charons. Okay, so apparently you do have to pay to enter the arena now. I was told that I could go into the arena and maybe fight some side beetles at my level. It may be a little difficult, but I think it would be kind of cool to check out. So if we do happen upon that, we will check it out. But I'm new to the city. I'm just kind of roaming around. In fact, I think we've already been here before in this little area, so we are kind of going around in circles here a little bit. Let's come over here, and I think we're going to head up to the elevator, or the elevator, to look around, because I think they said on the 2nd floor, that's where everything is. And I don't know why it's lagging out here. I've had some issues with my computer lately, guys. I do apologize for that. If we could just get in there without anybody seeing us, that might be kind of cool. So we can go to the upper metro station. I bet that's where you come in if you're taking the train, so that's probably how you get back rather quickly if you got the money to spare. Upper level, which is Core Tech, JKK, and the Praetorian Security. Middle level, which is the Merchants Arena, Gauntlet, Hardcore City Bar. I think that's where we're going to go. And then 4 is the docks, or 5 is nowhere. I don't know what level we're on. It might not even show up on here since we're already here. Let's go to the arena area, because I need to sell. I got lots of weight on me. And remember, when you become over encumbered, you actually lose action points. So if you don't get rid of that and you start getting into fights, you're going to perform a lot less than you would otherwise. I once tried to use a crossbow, never again. That's almost like my first play right there. I tried using a crossbow my first playthrough, and I just didn't know what I was doing. I didn't put my points in the right thing, and it was pretty much a massacre after you got to a certain point in the game that you're just not, you know, statted out the right way, where you just don't have the stats and the right things, and it just makes the game almost unbeatable. And for those who want to like power through it, you probably could, but man, it's going to be such an effort to do it. So let's see what this guy wants. We hit fast and hard when necessary. Well, okay. What about this? Never again. Well, he walked up there to talk to that guy. I figured maybe you could stand there and listen to their conversations or something. There's actually quite a few barrels up here. We might as well check those out. Let's see, some rags. We take those. Nothing in there. Feel kind of bad taken from like poor people bottle, but it is like the trash can, so I guess technically we're just digging through the trash. Metal scraps 2 and biocore technology catalog fragment. This will be the 3rd time we're studying that item. Let's see, nothing in there. Let's come over here and talk to this guy. One of my cousins actually fought in the arena. He won 2 fights. Yeah, but what happens when he loses? Are you dead, or do you just lose and you come back out? Because in this game, when you die, that's it. You're dead. You have to restart from like the earliest save point. It's not one of those ones where you're like, oh, you took a lot of damage, you end up in the infirmary or something like that. So it'd be interesting to find out what happens when you actually die in the arena. Hi. We hit fast and we hit hard. Well, they have expanded the vocabulary and the different sayings that each one of these guys do. But if you talk to enough of them, you know, more than once, you'll end up seeing the same thing over and over again. So 9mm case, 8. I would actually prefer it where you talk to them a couple times, and then after that they stop talking to you. Because I've seen games like that where, and they kind of promote you to go through all their sayings and see everything they have to say, and then you know you're done with it once they stop saying stuff. Or if you keep clicking on them after that, they either enter a fight with you or get really angry with you and be like, why you keep clicking on me, or something like that. I think it's hilarious when they do stuff like that. Praetorian Security might have the numbers, but we have the tech. Okay. Cortex Security, okay. What's with all the... you're moving too fast. The Technism, Hate, Well, I guess there is a battle going on between the Praetorian and the Tech Guard, maybe. Because they don't really seem like they get along. At least there's a rivalry of some sort. Okay, let's come over here. This looks to me like a shop of some sort. There's probably going to be somebody in here. There we go. An older man sees you and tries to start a conversation, but as soon as he opens his mouth, a violent cough interrupts him. So, a lot of people in this game are very sickly, but then what do you expect living down in the sewer your entire life, and you know, malnutrition and all that other stuff? So can't really expect more than that, but it sounds like a pretty grotesque place to be. People coughing all over you, and everybody's sick, and everybody's hungry, and there's trash everywhere, and yeah, it's not really the brightest future you could possibly hope for, but it's kind of interesting. I like it. I like the storyline they got going. That cough sounds pretty bad. Are you okay? I like to see what you have for sale, so I'm just going to completely ignore what he's doing as far as his cough goes and say, can I see what you have for sale? That seems a little cold. Let's go ahead and ask him if he's okay. Or tell him that sounds pretty bad. With red face and eyes full of tears, all due to the stress of coughing so much, he finally responds. Wow, that sounds really vicious. It is not as bad as it sounds, just lovely. Coughs. Don't mind me, I'll be fine, I guess. Anyways, the store is closed. I'm just going through some junk here. Coughs and then drats. What do you sell here, and when will you be open? What can you tell me about the oligarchy, or I'll be leaving you take care. So, I don't even know what the second choice would really be referring to. I don't think we've really touched on that subject too much. So let's ask him what he sells and when he expects to be open. I bet he's going to send you off on a mission to find some cure for him or something before he opens up because he's too sick. That would be kind of cool. I like games where you have to earn the ability to sell and buy at a new place rather than just kind of walking in and just have access to everything. Makes sense, you know, cities want you to be able to buy and sell. That's how they make money, but in video games it's nice to be able to earn what you get. This used to, and then he coughs violently, just lovely. Anyways, this used to be a mechanic store. Here you could buy components, get your devices fixed, and coughs again. You get the idea. When will it be open? The way things currently are, probably never, which is a shame if you ask. If you ask, and then he coughs. If you ask me, Malik, by the way, I don't think I introduced myself. Just lovely. 20 years, that's how long the store was open. Seems like yesterday. But why are you closed for good? One word, oil, and then he coughs. Well, just so he like says lovely every time he coughs. Ugh, it's the oligarchy. Those fat rats have destroyed all my hard work. My was doing honest work. It should say I was doing honest work. My business used to flourish. Look, they even got me sick. How and why did they destroy your business? They are control freaks and paranoid, all of them. They tell gibberish how they protect us. What? They tell gibberish? Okay, how they protect us, yet they let those zoner rot and the faceless just lovely. No comment on that one. I don't know if it's meant to be kind of like a little bit of broken English here and there, or if they are going to go back and fix some of those. It's a little difficult to read. Like, it's not something you would normally see or hear somebody say naturally, so it's not very smooth when you're reading this. As for me, I never belonged to them. That's what doomed me. If I'm not with them, I'm against them. All gibberish to me, but not to them. And then he coughs violently. As you can imagine the rest. What can you tell me about the olive garden? He starts coughing really violently and continues to cough for a full minute. Holy crap, this guy's about to die. Like, if you're coughing that bad, you should be in a hospital. Like that, your body's not gonna be able to sustain that in your throat. Like, how can this guy even talk after that? I would be so sore on my throat doing that. Please don't ask me about those, and then he coughs. I'll be leaving you take care. Wow. Seriously, I feel so sorry for that guy. Like, I'm not gonna be able to do anything for him? Oh, that sucks. I want to help that guy out. Like, he had a pretty bad rap. That's why I like the games that are coming out nowadays, is like they let you go off on your own little tangents a lot more than they used to. And so, I don't know, at some point, I can't wait for future games where I can go in there and like concentrate on some of like the menial stuff that most people would probably just skip over, like helping these people out. I think, you know, making the the area a little bit better. Usually in video games like this makes things so much better in the long run. You are welcome in my store, traveler. Hylam is my name, and I'm at your service. Well, this guy's pretty... show me what you have in this border. I'd like to ask you some questions about the city. How do you feel about the faceless invasion? I'm looking for Terry and Laura Baker. They are merchants from the Southgate station. Have you seen them, perhaps? Or see you around? So, let's see what he has for sale first. That way we can get rid of some of our stuff. Ooh, we got a Mark 3. Do we have a Mach 3? I think we have a Mach 2. No, we got a Mach 3 for the Hacksaw. That's pretty nice. Let's see, what else does he have? Nothing really all that great. The high-frequency shield emitters, I do want to get one of those eventually, but I'm told if I wait, I can find one. Plasma cell, these are blue. This advanced energy cell stores a small amount of superheated gas, which can be harvested at any time to produce vast amounts of electrical energy. Recharges an item with 200 energy. Wow, that's pretty nice. But then you got the fusion cell that you can buy as well. Let's see, anything else? I mean, there's some not too easy to find items in here. What about EPM grenade? I don't have that. I don't have the EPM mine either. So do either one of those. Don't really want to do these. These aren't that great. Plasma discharge. The plasma discharge can be mounted on an energy weapon frames to create devastating plasma weapons. Okay, so there's some interesting stuff here. Plasma core. Nothing I really want to buy, though. What does he want, though? 2 electrical devices. Nothing I can really sell him. 1 energy weapon, some batteries. I can sell him some of these blueprints that I have extras of. Let's see, he wants 2 blueprints. Let's do the morphine shot, because that's probably going to sell the most. Yeah, he doesn't want the 3rd one. Let's see, how much is he going to pay me for that? 60? That's not too bad. What else does he want that I can sell? I guess that's going to be it. I don't really want to buy anything from him right now. At some point, I will come back and get some interesting stuff from him, I believe. But for now, we should be fine. We can go upstairs as well. But let's finish off his conversation. So I'd like to ask you some questions about the city. Actually, let's ask about Terry and Laura and see what he has to say about that. My memory is clear. Terry and Laura Baker, Southgaters, harmonious people. They often visit my store whenever they are in Core City. That is, and then he laughs, they were here around the time the earthquake struck. We traded, talked for a while, then they left. Okay? That is all the helpful information that I possess. Still, as they were merchants, it's very likely that they visited other stores in the Core City. Maybe somebody else has the answer or that you seek. So, I guess we'll just have to keep asking around. What about the faceless? That might be an interesting question for this guy. I dislike all forms of violence. As a merchant, I bet you do. I consider it foul and inharmonious. Therefore, the faceless are despicable in my eyes. Granted, we have even worse things in Core City with the violence in the arena, the drop zone. Ah, okay. The city glorifies meaningless death and destruction, and that leads to nothing but decadence. Nothing but decadence. Okay, well, this guy has some strong beliefs for living in such a violent city. Surprised somebody hasn't taken him out for that. But again, he's non-violent, so maybe they just kind of let him go off and rant in his own little corner. Let's see. I like to ask you some questions about the city. I appreciate a man who seeks knowledge. Holy crap. What can you tell me about the drop zone? What can you tell me about the arena, the Gauntlet, the oligarchy, Cortec, JKK, Praetorian security? Oh my god, everything here. I guess we're going to start at the top, guys, and see what he has to say. So, what can you tell me about the drop zone? Ignore everything else. The drop zone is the true face of Core City. Oh, sorry guys, I got the hiccups. What can you tell me about the arena? Arena means physical death for those who fight. Okay, and that's pretty short answers at the very least. What can you tell me about the Gauntlet? They call it the best new thing. No, it is not. It is as violent as the arena, inharmonious, celebrates torment, watch people get killed in rooms full of traps. I guess if you're really good at disarming traps, that might be a really cool place to go. We suck at disarming traps, so that's probably not something we're going to do anytime soon. What can you tell me about the oligarchy? Nothing worth mentioning. Wow, nobody likes those guys at all. What can you tell me about Cortec? They advance technology, create products. They can make beauty, harmony when they desire. But they also make weapons. Of course, that's where the money is, guys. JKK. JKK do broadcast of killing and death. If you want that, the drop zone is not far. They should play some music, something uplifting, lyrical. This guy has something wrong with him. I think. First, what can you tell me about the Praetorian security? Brutes who tell us what not to do. They defend, and he put that in quotations right there. Us from the faceless, but not from each other. Okay, so they don't like. He doesn't like those guys either. Let's see. Tectorists are men and women of peace, knowledge, harmony. They come here to preach, not to kill. So they say. I don't know in Core City, where all are obsessed with violence. Terragrites might bring some wisdom. I doubt it. I'm sure they're just probably as evil as everybody else here. But we'll find out, I'm sure. So what can you tell me about Hardcore City Bar? I don't visit such places, so I can't tell you anything of use. Well, for having all these options, you're pretty worthless. Like, you could have told me everything that you told me in all these options in probably less than a paragraph if you just put it all together. Like, I should just have one option that says, what can you tell me about my surroundings? And then he can go through and just tell me about every single one of these things. Because most of them was, I don't want to talk about that. You know, like, that's not a good thing to have in a game and have all these options where I think I'm going to get a lot of story and end up not getting very much of anything. Like, that's not exactly what I would hope to get. So I guess, what's this guy named? No, he's just a commoner. Is there anything else over here? Let's go upstairs real quick, and then we'll probably end the episode because I don't want to go too long on this one. We got a box there I don't want to steal. See, this is a private property. Please leave. I bet if you keep going in, he'll attack you, but there is stuff in here at the very least. So yeah, let's go back downstairs before we tick him off and we end up having to do a fight with somebody that would probably don't really need to be killing. So let's go over here. Like I said, we'll end it here in a second, but I just I want to see what the next place is. Like, the city is so massively you know, huge that there's just so much to it. Oh, and there's a general store over here. Nice. Maybe I can sell some of my stuff finally. People come from the most remote parts of Underrail just to visit the arena. Somehow I doubt it. I'm sure they're escaping something else. Let's see, Sniper, Enforcer. Man, it would really suck to have negative faction in this place. Oh, check out all the weapons on the wall. It's a weapon store. That's gonna be cool. We'll check out the weapon store before we end. The middle-aged woman in dark glasses gives you a wide smile as soon as she spots you. Her voice is bright and very expressive, with constant but not distracting changes in pitch and rhythm. Not surprisingly, she moves her arms a lot when she speaks, sometimes waving them around so much you think she is going to hit her desk or something on it. She never does. Ah, customer, come in, come in. I'm Dercia, the owner of this little story. The store might be little, but the selection of items available is huge. Okay, you sound like a used car salesman or something. Let's see what you got for barter. I'd like to ask you some questions about the city. How do you feel about the faceless? I'm looking for Terry. Yeah. Okay, so let's do barter real quick. Okay, so you just want ammo? That's it? Bullets. So I can sell her all my ammo if I really wanted to, but she won't take any of my weapons, and she won't take any of my armor. I guess because the store next door actually, you know, majors in that, so that's probably why she won't touch it. I can sell a little bit of food as well, but I'm gonna hold on to all my food because there's that guy who wants it, and I think I'm gonna get more out of it that way. So, I'm not really doing anything with the shells. In fact, I'm not really doing anything with my ammo in general. But you don't really get a lot for it. Like, if I go in here and sell my 5mm rounds, I got 95 of them, and I'll show you how much I'm going to get for that. 31 coins. That's really not a lot. If I do the 7.62 rounds, and I got 70 of those, it goes up to 64. So, again, not a whole lot of cash. And there's really nothing here I need. You know, the TNT charges is nice. How many do I have? How many TNT charges? I don't actually see any in here. Oh, I got 3 already. That's more than enough for now. And they weigh quite a bit. I mean, it's 12 pounds a piece, so unless you absolutely have to have it, I would not suggest buying it. They got the spike steel armor. That's pretty nice. 48 mechanical, 5 to heat, 15 to electrical, 5 to acid, and 36 to energy. but the armor penalty is 74. I don't think I'd get more than like 1 hit with that before I was just out of all my points. That's pretty harsh. No, we don't want ride armor either. Armor penalty is 43%, but you only get 19% on your mechanical. That's pretty bad. Actually, that's not good at all. Has a 30% chance to block up to 20 points of mechanical melee damage. That's pretty nice. The mechanical damage threshold increased by 100 against bullets, and mechanical damage resistance and threshold increased by 75 against melee attacks. So instead of getting the 200% resist against bullets, I guess if you were getting hit with melee and bullets, this is a nice compromise. You kind of get the a little combination of both. And then, of course, the 30% chance to block up to 20 points of mechanical melee damage is pretty nice because both your melee and your weapons are both considered mechanical. And so, therefore, this is giving you a little bit more. So I guess it kind of evens out in the long run. I guess I would just have to try it out to see if it was really worth it. But I don't know. I don't think we're going to do that one. This one has a good mechanical, and it has a good electrical. And the 200 against bullets. And the armor penalty is only 15%, so that might be a viable solution as well to try that. Yeah, these are just too high. 70%. That's crazy. And these are better, actually. These are 54% on mechanical. Lower on the electrical. 15. No, these are better all around, yeah. 28, 34. 65% on armor penalty. I wonder if you get a lower armor penalty when you make it yourself, because that might make it worth it. Liquid nitrogen. Filled with liquid nitrogen. Acquire crafting skill 45. Anything new? Nothing stands out as something fantastic. I got some goggles in here. Damage of special attacks with ranged weapon. I don't use ranged weapons. Detection increased by 60.25%. Huh. That's pretty high. Like, I don't think I've seen one that high before. I might consider getting something like that one day. Grants 1 extra utility slot, intimidation by 5, firearm reloading AP cost reduced by 75%. That alone could be really, really useful depending on the weapon you use and how often you go through ammo. 75% is a lot of reduction in your AP cost, so that could save your life for sure. Let's see, Hacksaw Mark II. No, we don't need any of that. Do I want to? I don't think I want to sell these things, so I'm going to hold off on that. And I think we're going to go ahead and end the episode, guys. I know I said I'm going to get over here to the weapon stuff, but I think we're going to save that for the next episode because I don't want to make this too long, and I think it's already close to like 35 to 40 minutes, so that's a pretty good size for a video. Again, guys, I want to thank you all for watching. If you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. Definitely helps grow my channel, and I greatly appreciate it. Also, make sure to leave those comments down below. I am going back to the battery factory as soon as we get to a point where you know, it's safe to kind of head out of the city, and I want to do those before I progress too much in here. I may check out the arena once or twice just to see what it's all about, why I'm here. But as far as like what quest we're going to be doing, that's kind of the direction we're going to be going in. So again, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time.